I don't care what you say. I don't care what you tell me, but I know you're full of
You know,
What would you do if someone claimed an item was worth $100,000 but you suspected otherwise? Can you imagine owning a piece of championship history for just $800? And how much would you pay for a rare pair of antique glasses made with platinum and diamonds? From the dramatic roller coaster of emotions surrounding the $100,000 Hudson Bay gorget to the heated negotiations over a supposed $100,000 Hudson Bay gorget, there are twists and turns at every corner in the world of pawn shops, and we are here to present you with what goes on behind the scenes in the world of buying and selling rare and valuable items. So let's get started. Number 1. 1995 Atlanta Braves World Series ring from $13K to $800. What went wrong? So the seller brings in a 1995 World Series ring, and guess who's super excited? Corey, our sports memorabilia guru. I'd like to sell it because my wife and I are moving to Vietnam. Was Turner the staff member? He was the owner. This belonged to Ted and he issued it or gave it away. Could make it worth more. But this ring belonged to Ted Turner. You see, there's a big difference between staff and player rings. Everybody wants a player's ring because it was earned on the field. I'd like to get $13,000 for it. I'm gonna offer you $4,000 because it's a staff ring. My guy might come in and tell you it's worth a little bit more. Now you know this ring could be worth even more, so they bring in an expert. Let's meet Jeremy, our sports expert. We have a large diamond set on top of a blue stone, and we are gonna have 18 smaller diamonds surrounding it. The company Jostens made the ring, so on the inside we should see Jocelyn's logo.
We have a large diamond set on top of a blue stone, and we're going to have 18 smaller diamonds surrounding it. The company Jostens, they made the rings for the 95 championship Braves. So on the inside, we should see the Jostens logo.
Jeremy discovered that this wasn't a staff ring, it was a copy for team approval, dropping its value from $13,000 to $2,000. Because it still has value for those wanting 95 Braves memorabilia. I would offer you around $800 worth. That's okay, and I'll just take it home. I've learned my lesson. I'm not bringing any more rings into this shop. Shocked by the sharp decrease in value, the owner rejects an $800 offer outside the shop, pledging never to sell another ring to the silver and gold pawn shop. They bring some bozo off the street. I don't know where he came from. All of a sudden, he is Mr. Expert on baseball.
I've learned my lesson. I'm not bringing any more rings into this shop.
Number 2. Suki's attempt to sell the Hudson Bay gorget for $100,000. But is it possible? A young man just walked in with a 1700s Hudson Bay gorget claiming it's worth a whopping $100,000. Let's see what happens when he brings it to Rick for appraisal. Hey Rick, what the hell for forge? I don't know a whole lot about it. My dad actually got it. You know what? Did he pay for it? A second mortgage on his house. Hudson Bay gorget is a rare artifact known for its historical significance. A Hudson Bay gorget is a rare historical artifact known for its significance, particularly as a piece used for defense against knife or sword thrusts to the neck. How much do you want for it? Probably about $100,000, you know. I don't see that happening. Why not? I think it's worth a lot less. How much less? Like $99,000 less? Rick examines the gorget and immediately notices that it cannot be from the 1700s because it contains a nickel-silver alloy, which was not invented until the 1800s.
and how much you want for it?
Probably about 100,000.
You know, I don't see that happening.
He suggests that it might have been a trade piece with Native Americans due to the presence of glass beads. I can tell you right now is not 1700. This yellow-gray patina, the summit tells me right away it's nickel silver, right around 20%. Rick offered $1,000 for the item, saying that he had seen similar gorgets sell for around $1,500 at auctions.
They're right around 20% zinc, 20% copper, 60% nickel. Zinc wasn't isolated really until the 1800s.
All right, what the are you talking about?
The young man was taken aback by this offer, feeling that it was far too low compared to his initial asking price of $100,000. This leads to a heated exchange, with the young man becoming angry and using colorful language to express his frustration. "You're way out of line. I don't know what you're smoking, man, but that's not gonna work. All right, have a nice day. That guy, I think, just thinks I'm some punk kid and wants to lowball me." The situation got tense, which caused the older man in the shop to step in and try to keep things under control. The young man didn't back down and kept arguing, holding onto his gorget, and he believed that Rick was trying to scam him because of how he looked and how young he was. Number 3, angry man walks away empty-handed from the Pez collection negotiation. A passionate collector is trying to part ways with his cherished Pez collection right here at the shop. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, take a look at this impressive collection. These Pez dispensers are straight out of the 1960s, each one dripping with nostalgia. Some of these little gems are selling for a whopping $400 online. Let's see how it all goes.
These are all from the 1960s, 1970s.
What good are candy dispensers without candy?
Come on, man. You work with this guy.
Seems like this is something that kids would be into collecting, man.
Busts my balls all day long.
Seems like this is something that kids would be into collecting. Man, there's definitely money into it. I have Casper the Friendly Ghost and the original Barcos for like $3 to $400. I have the Mickey Mouse as the original Batman. Very tough to find it. So when it comes to selling this remarkable collection, our seller initially aimed high, setting the asking price at a cool $2,500. I'd like to grab $2,500 for him. Had to grab it somewhere else. I'm gonna offer you a gram, my friend. But as every seasoned collector knows, negotiation is part of the game. Corey counteroffers with $1,000, leading to a disappointed reaction from our seller. He claims the pair are trying to lowball him because the collection looks kiddish. Man tries to sell. In the end, folks, the deal doesn't go down. Our seller walks away with his cherished Pez collection still in hand.
$1,000 is what I can do.
I can't believe one of them guys offered me $1,000 for them 50 pieces of Pez. That's an insult to the Pez community.
Number 4, Rick nearly misses the chic. 18th century Onyx Diamond flip glasses. Let's get started as the seller shows some interesting things, including a pair of fancy old glasses made of rare materials like platinum and diamonds. This had everyone curious. No, it's better than that. Bam! Onyx Diamond spectacles. Sweet God, are these platinum onyx with diamonds in them.
A magnifying glass.
No, it's better than that. Bam! That is 18th century Onyx Diamond authentic spectacles.
Sweet.
You really need platinum sapphire and diamond reading glasses at night. Any idea of what you want for them? $5,000. How's that? There's a bit of uncertainty, so Corey decides to ask someone else for their opinion. Rick examines them closely, but then realizes they're not as valuable as he initially thought. Good, but technically this isn't jewelry. While old jewelry from the same time period can be worth a lot of money, these glasses aren't considered jewelry.
Generally, jewelry from this time period of this quality is worth a lot of money.
Good.
But technically, this isn't jewelry. Got probably
10 grams of platinum there and some very inexpensive stones. So what do you think they're worth? $700 or $800? Seriously, yeah. Rick confirms that though jewelry from that era is quite expensive.
So what do you think they're worth?
$700 or $800.
Seriously?
The customer is surprised and disappointed by Rick's estimate because he was initially told that the glasses were worth $7,800. He had higher expectations regarding their value, so he argued back. I've seen similar ones online, valued at $5,000. Is that what they want for them, or is that what they're selling them for? According to Rick, eyeglasses like these are not in high demand nowadays, so their value might mostly come from the materials they are made of. As Rick walks away, Corey decides to take charge, knowing there's a market for old jewelry. Give me $850. I'll leave a happy man. I feel a lot better about these now that my dad looked them over, but I think he might have lowballed a little bit. $850, come on. It's a win-win situation, don't you think? I will give you the $850 good deal. Number 5, could a delusional man really sell a fake 1888 Perseus and Pegasus statue by Emile Thiel for $6,000? A seller approaches Rick, a seasoned expert in art and collectibles, with an offer that's too good to be true. The seller is convinced that this statue is the real deal and demands a staggering $6,000 for it.
Hey.
Oh, pretty good.
I have a bronze statue I like to sell.
Do you know much about it?
I don't know what to tell you about that.
This is a statue called Pegasus, and this is Perseus. Perseus was the mythological figure that killed Medusa.
Rick wastes no time in educating the seller about the statue's significance. He explains that Perseus, the legendary figure depicted, is known for slaying the dreaded Medusa thanks to his helmet that rendered him invisible. You got me. I don't know what you're talking about. If this is a genuine Bacca, we're talking thousands of dollars. His sculptures are highly collectible. Rick notices that there's a weird flaw in how the statue was made. What doesn't look right is there's some pity right here. If it's an original, the casting will all be right. I believe this was recast probably like 40, 50 years ago, long after Alt died. Rick confidently states that this statue can't be the original one from 1888 by Emile Thiel. He thinks it's just a copy made many years later, long after the original artist passed away. But the seller won't back down and challenges Rick's knowledge. I don't care what you tell me, but I know you're full of, it's all right, Antoine, I got it. That's just what I see. I'm glad he didn't want to buy this, his loss, not mine.
I don't care what you say. I don't care what you tell me, but I know you're full of.
You know, it's all right, Antoine. I got it. That's just what I see.
As the argument gets more intense, the seller gets angrier and starts arguing and swearing. Things get so heated that security steps in, ready to break up a fight. Just as it looks like things might get physical, an older gentleman steps in and calms everyone down. So which one of these moments do you like the most? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. We would love to hear them. Thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and stay tuned for more.